Hello everyone and welcome to the monthly meeting of the Arkansas Society of Free Thinkers. I'm Bern Bradley and I'm one of the organizers of the Free Thinkers. We are a nonprofit organization devoted to maintaining the separation between religion and government, advocating a scientific and humanistic viewpoint and improving human society. Find out more about us on the web at arfreethinkers.org or, and this is the most reliable way, by getting to know some of the members and organizers of our group by coming to our events. Our calendar is on meetup.com. Just search for the Arkansas Society of Free Thinkers. In every program, we have a free thought of the day. The free thought of the day is a segment of our monthly program in which we look at a quote, an idea, or a concept that appeals to us as free thinkers. Here with today's free thought of the day is Chris Barecki.
Thanks, Bern. Today's free thought of the day comes from an author you may have heard of, Robert Persing, who wrote Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. And maybe I'll go ahead and do two. The first one is that we're in such a hurry most of the time, we never get a chance to talk. The result is a kind of endless day-to-day shallowness, a monotony that leaves a person wondering years later where all the time went, and sorry that it's all gone. So don't just take off without talking to somebody, linger around a little bit. There might even be some leftovers next door. The other quote I thought I would tell you from the same book. The truth knocks on the door, and you say, "Go away, I'm looking for the truth." And so it goes away. Puzzling. Thanks, y'all.
I'm afraid I have to admit that's happened to me more than once. Okay, we have two other items that we do as an adjunct to our speaker, and that is a skeptical sidebar and a member story. And today, we're going to have both of them delivered by one person. Skeptical sidebar is a portion of our meeting that addresses pseudoscience, alternative facts, fake news, conspiracy theories, misinformation, and or challenges to conventional wisdom. And here to deliver the skeptical sidebar and our member story for today is Jerry Schultze.
For some reason, I didn't realize I was going to do the skeptical sidebar. I do have one, though, that I can find, but I'm going to do the member story first because I think this is probably a better one. My member story today is about my friend R. David Lewis. R. David died on August 31st, but his obituary was in the newspaper this week. R. David and I were members of at least 4 organizations together. The Arkansas Bar Association, Mensa, a group called Advance Sheets, and of course this organization, the Arkansas Society of Free Thinkers. Now, in all of those organizations, there was already somebody called David, so we tended to call him R. David, and so that was at least the way I addressed him the whole time. In the early 1990s, best I can reconstruct when this happened, Arkansas Mensa used to have a monthly meeting in a bar. And these were a great place to have interesting conversations and not have to know about that bad call on third down at the fourth quarter in the last Hogs game. R. David was a member, I was a member, and there was a minister whose name I actually don't remember, a preacher minister who was a member. One day, R. David and the minister got in a discussion about whether there was a God. And it all ended up with a proposal that at the next meeting, R. David and this preacher would debate the God question. Now, a few days later, I ran into R. David at the library, and he said, "Did I get a little drunk at the Mensa meeting?" And I said, "Oh, no. No, you didn't get a little drunk." And I said, "Well, so are you preparing for this debate?" And he said, "What debate?" And I said, "You agreed to debate," and I knew the preacher's name then, I don't know. Someone said, "The preacher on the existence of God." And I don't remember exactly which profanity R. David uttered, but it was one. And then I said, "Well, you better get to work because you've got the affirmative." Now, He wasn't that drunk, he didn't have the affirmative, but the next meeting, he and this guy did do what I thought was a pretty passable debate on the existence of God. And I think that it's very clear, no minds were changed whatsoever, but I think we all enjoyed that meeting. Now, skeptical, okay, what did I do? I actually wrote some earlier. I thought I was not going to do it. I didn't realize I was going to do it today, but let me look, because there's going to be some that I can take. I did the Dionysians. Okay, this is the one about, I'm reading a book by a guy named Nick West. Haven't finished the book yet, so why do I talk about that? But because it gave me an idea. The book is entitled Escaping the Rabbit Hole, How to Debunk Conspiracy Theories Using Facts, Logic, and Respect. What fun is that? Then we went to this Secular Student Alliance meeting a few months ago, and I heard Seth Andrews, and he was saying that reasoning with people and being kind is a good strategy for dealing with conspiracy theorists and trolls on the internet. You know, I don't know if I have the capacity to do that, because I've been a troll on the internet since Usenet days. I mean, before there were web pages even. And if you doubt me, there is actually, I used a rather unique name that you can search. I'll tell you if you want to. And, you know, to me, the problem is being a crackpot is very easy. It's easy to see conspiracies in everything when you don't know how anything works. Being nice to crackpots, that takes some work. That's hard. You know, maybe there are individual crackpots, but in my experience, there's really not much you can say that'll make any difference. You know, I rely on sources that I've relied on all my life. New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Time Magazine, things like that. But you tell them something that came from there, and it's a lamestream media. Yeah, do your own research. Now, do your own research with these clowns means what you do is go on YouTube and find somebody, some crackpot, espousing some theory. You know, it is true that we have a tendency to believe things that are consistent with our pre-existing beliefs. And that's kind of the way it ought to be, because if we didn't do that, we would never be able to decide anything. But you have to be willing to set those beliefs aside if something challenges them. And the thing about it is, I've got to make sure I'm not the crackpot. I've got to make sure I'm re-examining my own position. And, you know, I've always considered arguing with conspiracy theorists kind of like playing chess with your dog. You win easily. He doesn't know he's been beaten, and he loves the attention. But the problem is, sometimes I love the attention too. All right, I found it, so thank you.